For years, I thought losing fat meant doing everything perfectly. I thought I had to eat less, do more cardio, never miss a workout, and basically put my entire life on hold. And every single time it worked until it didn't. I'd lose the weight, I'd feel amazing for a few weeks, and then somehow end up right back where I started. I honestly thought I just didn't have enough discipline, but I wasn't the problem. The way I was trying to lose fat was. So instead of just trying harder, I did something that honestly felt completely backwards. I started eating more, I stopped obsessing over cardio, I focused on building muscle instead of just losing weight, and over the next few months, my body started changing more than it ever had before. So this is exactly what I changed, why it actually works, and why I don't think I'll ever go back to dieting the way I used to. Now, my old approach whenever it came to changing the way I looked, losing a bit of fat, losing weight, wanting to look more toned, wanting to lose my stubborn belly fat, and just have more of that hourglass figure, was to basically crash diet. I would chase the number on the scales. I thought lighter meant leaner. I'd be doing endless cardio in the gym. I always felt guilty whenever I ate out or did something slightly off plan. And then I always ended up gaining the weight back right after my period of dieting ended. And then eventually I realized something. I didn't just want to be lighter. I wanted to look leaner, and that's not the same thing. And that's when I discovered body recomposition and actually took it seriously. Body recomposition is essentially built around these four main pillars. Firstly, you need to lift heavy to build muscle. This was probably one of the biggest mindset shifts for me. I stopped spending so much of my time exercising to burn calories and instead focused on trying to build muscle. You see, your body needs a reason to keep your muscle. When you're trying to lose fat, your body doesn't automatically know that. As far as your body's concerned, you're just taking on less energy than you were before. So if you aren't strength training, your body has no real reason to hold on to all of that muscle. Muscle is expensive to maintain. It takes energy. So your body can end up breaking down muscle as well as fat. This is why you need strength training. Strength training sends your body a completely different message. It's basically saying, I still need this muscle, don't get rid of it. Muscle also changes the shape of your body and creates that toned look that everybody's chasing. Muscle has shape. It gives your shoulders definition, creates your glutes, gives your legs curves, and can make your waist appear smaller simply because you're building everything around it. That's why two women can look exactly the same but way completely different. I think one of the biggest myths in fitness is to be toned, because the truth is toned isn't actually a thing. When most people say they want to look toned, what they really mean is that they want to see a little bit of muscle underneath a layer of body fat. And you need two things for that. You need enough muscle and you need a low enough body fat percentage for that muscle to show. If you only focus on losing weight, you might end up looking smaller, but not necessarily more defined. Building muscle is what actually gives your body something to reveal as you lose that fat. And then lastly, muscle also increases your energy expenditure. Now, it's nothing major. Building muscle isn't some magic metabolism hack, but muscle is active tissue, which means that it requires energy to maintain. So as you build more muscle over time, your body naturally uses a little more energy each day, even when you're not working out. Don't get me wrong, it's not going to suddenly burn hundreds of extra calories overnight, but over months and years, it does add up. And something as women, I think it's so important to have and prioritize, something that you'll start to notice the benefits of as you get older and as you start to age naturally. The second pillar we have to talk about is protein. You need to eat your protein and fuel your body accordingly. Make sure that you're eating to support your body. The second thing I changed when it came to my body recomposition journey was my diet, but probably not in the way that you'd expect. I didn't slash my calories, I didn't cut out carbs or anything else. I didn't stop eating out. Instead, I just firstly focused on getting enough protein. For me at the moment, this looks like getting about 120 to 130 grams of protein a day, but this completely depends on you and your body type. Protein gives your body the building blocks to build muscle. Think about all the effort that you put into your workouts. Every time you lift weights, you're creating a signal that tells your body, we need to get stronger. But your body can't actually build that muscle out of thin air. It needs the raw materials to do it. And that's exactly what protein provides. This was probably the biggest mistake I made in my fitness journey, which was thinking that all the progress was made in my gym workouts. But it doesn't. The gym is where you give your body the stimulus to grow, but recovery and fueling is where the growth actually happens. So all that hard work that you're putting in, those difficult sets, pushing yourself close to failure, it only really pays off if your body has what it needs afterwards to recover and build. Another thing I noticed was that eating enough protein made staying consistent with my diet in general easier. My meals kept me fuller for longer, I wasn't constantly thinking about food, and I had more energy throughout the day. Instead of feeling like I was constantly fighting hunger, I actually felt satisfied after eating. And then just more broadly with my diet, I always tried to make sure that I was eating whole foods. I try and keep my diet high in fiber, keep it nice and balanced, and I was eating at maintenance calories. I wasn't trying to eat like a bodybuilder, I wasn't weighing every single vegetable or avoiding every single meal out. I just tried to make sure that every meal contained a good source of protein, plenty of fruits and vegetables to make sure that it's high in fiber, and just balanced overall. Because at the end of the day, one of the most important lessons I've learned on this journey is that your diet should support your life, not take over it. Next, you need to move every day and not just punish yourself with cardio. Walking and getting your steps in is one of the most sustainable ways to make sure that you are getting enough movement in every single day. One of the biggest reasons walking became such a game changer for me is because it never felt like another workout. I wasn't finishing a walk feeling completely exhausted, I wasn't dreading it, I wasn't lying on the sofa afterwards feeling like I'd given it everything I had. Instead, walking fit around my life. I'd built small daily sustainable habits such as taking a walk after dinner, or parking a little bit further away just so that I could get those extra few steps in, or walking while I was running an errand instead of driving there. And I think that's one of the reasons why it works so well. It doesn't take away from energy that's needed for your strength training, for example. I could still go into the gym feeling strong, I could still recover properly. It wasn't competing with my workouts, it was complementing them. Looking back on my journey, I think another big mistake that I made was thinking that more was better. If I wanted faster results, I'd just do more cardio or increase my calorie deficit, train more, just be stricter. And I'd keep that up for maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and then life would happen. I'd have a busy week at work, or I'd go away for the weekend, or I'd have an event coming up and I'd miss a workout. And because my routine wasn't realistic, I'd feel like I'd failed. Walking completely changed that mindset, because instead of trying to do the maximum every day, I focused on doing something I knew I could repeat tomorrow, and the day after that, and the month after that. You see, your dream body isn't built by the hardest week you've ever done. It's built by the habits that you repeat for months. Lastly, with body recomposition, you just need to be patient and stay consistent long enough. Honestly, this one kind of changed everything for me. Because here's the truth that nobody really talks about. Body recomposition is boring, at least at first. There aren't huge week-to-week transformations, there isn't that rush of seeing the scale drop every morning, and most days it feels like nothing's happening. That's exactly how so many people feel. And I think this is where most people give up. They spend 2 or 3 weeks doing everything right, they look in the mirror, they don't see much difference, the scales haven't moved very much, and they assume that it isn't working. That's exactly what I used to do. I would think, maybe I'm doing something wrong, maybe I need to eat less, maybe I need to do more cardio, maybe I need to up my steps. But what I actually needed was just more time and just to stick with it. If you've watched my videos over the past year, you probably remember me saying that around, say, week 8 of my body recomposition journey, I genuinely felt that I looked exactly the same, maybe even worse. I had been putting in all this effort, making sure that I was hitting every single gym session, getting as many steps as I could, trying to stay on track of my diet. I would honestly have so many points where I'd question if it was actually working, but something interesting was happening that I just couldn't see yet. Even though I didn't think I looked any different, I was getting stronger every week, my lifts were improving, my clothes were fitting differently, people around me started noticing changes before I did. Sometimes your body is changing long before your eyes catch up. Body recomposition isn't about dramatic daily changes. It's about hundreds of small decisions that slowly start stacking on top of each other. It will just be that one workout, that one walk, that one high protein meal, that one good night's sleep. But if you just repeat that for long enough, it pays off. And I think this is why losing fat finally became easy for me. Not because I found some secret, but because I stopped expecting instant results. I stopped trying to rush the process, and ironically, that's when the biggest changes started happening. So if you're watching this feeling frustrated because you've only been going to the gym for a few weeks, or you've been eating well for a month now, please don't make the mistake I did. Don't quit just because you can't see it yet. Some of the biggest changes happen right after the point where most people give up. Just remember that. You see, my body didn't change because I started working harder. It changed because, for the first time, I worked consistently enough for my hard work to compound. And I think that was the biggest surprise with my whole body recomposition journey. It wasn't just that I lost fat and started getting closer to achieving my dream body. It was that fitness stopped taking over my life and I was still seeing results. I didn't have to say no to things because of my fitness goals. I could still go out, I could still socialize, I could still have that meal out, I could still do the things that I I love, as well as working towards my fitness goals, becoming the happiest, healthiest version of myself, and getting one step closer to achieving my dream physique. So if you'd asked me a year ago how to lose fat, I probably would have told you to move more and eat less. That's probably what you've heard so many times from so many different people. But now I tell you to stop trying to lose weight and start trying to build a body that's stronger, healthier, and actually sustainable, because that's when everything changed for me. Thank you guys so much for watching and for being here. If you're not already, then please do subscribe to see more of my videos. If you found this useful or inspiring in some way, or if you have any questions at all, please do let me know in the comments down below. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.